Karrine Steffans was recently on the Piers Morgan show where she was interviewed about Diddy and Cassie and her own incidents in the industry, and the issue of did she or did she not sleep with Diddy came up. Okay? I'm going to play the audio and then we're going to talk about it. Y'all let me know in the chat. Can y'all hear it once it actually comes up? Hold on. Let me scoot this like this. Okay. The audio should start in 3, 2. Oh, here it is. 3, 2, 1. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear.
Do you actually ever have any kind of sexual relationship at all then?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Did you actually have any kind of sexual relationship with Diddy at all?
No, Diddy and I did not. No, well, not to my knowledge.
So, what do you mean by that?
Not to my knowledge. I don't. Honestly, I'm questioning a lot of things right now.
Well, you think
so not to my knowledge. I don't think anything right now. Just not to my knowledge, because honestly.
That's a very strange response, though, to not remember whether you did or not.
Yeah, isn't it? It is. Yeah, it is. Because honestly, Piers, before I went through my text, again, I hadn't read Confessions in 20 years. I wrote it. It was painful to write. So I never wanted to re-traumatize myself and go through those years again. And think about this. I'm a middle-aged woman at this point. I don't want to go back into my 20s and see what happened. But in gathering information for this interview here, reading that passage again for the first time in 20 years, I questioned a lot of things, like, well, why was he so afraid? And why did he try to, make my boyfriend feel as if I wasn't trustworthy? And
do you think he took advantage of you when you were under the influence of alcohol and drugs?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
But you fear that's the case now from everything you've read?
Honestly, yes. Given the context, now that I know, because again, I never knew any of these things about him before. So the things that I learned in the trial, I did not know. I never saw that side of him. I did not know. I never understood. And again, in 2005, when I published Confessions, it says I didn't understand why he was so fearful of me, because our time together was pleasant. And I was like, wait, what is he so afraid of? What does he not want me to tell? I didn't see anything at that point. At that point, I hadn't seen anything. At that point, we had, I thought, just a friendly, platonic night together. So I was confused then. And 20 years later, I'm confused now. So to my knowledge, I've never had sex with Sean Combs. We never had that kind of relationship.
But you can't be sure.
Given what we know now, I can't be sure.
And how does that make you feel?
And that saddens me.
Yeah, I was going to ask you.
It saddens me, honestly. Yeah, because honestly, during this entire process, I've been shying away from publicity and just letting the trial unfold. I knew things from just being around and people talking, but I didn't know what was going to come out. There's a few things that I saw that without context were strange to me, but I didn't understand them until the trial. And so I've been quiet this whole time, and I disappeared off of social. I just disappeared for the past year waiting for this thing to unfold. In the unfolding of what I believe to be facts, and definitely the testimonies of Cassie and Jane and even some of the men. And then looking back at the text, I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, when he said, if anything got out, and I'm like, and I remember at the time being so confused, like anything like what got out? Like nothing happened. We hung out. You were kind. At some point I went to sleep. I don't know when, but I woke up and then we had breakfast and you were kind and I left. Nothing happened. I don't know, Piers. I feel, and just in the last 24 hours, I question what I thought I knew about my time with him.
And
You detailed in your books romantic relationships with a lot of famous people from that world, Jay-Z, DMX.
okay, all right. So let me take this, put this here. So Karrine did a whole lot of sidestepping, okay? A lot of backwards coochie popping. She did a whole lot of I don't remember. She did a whole lot of I don't recall. She did a whole lot of maybe kind of sort of. And Piers kind of held her feet to the fire a little bit. But Piers really couldn't hold her feet to the fire because Piers never read Confessions. Piers also is not black, is not really well versed on American black culture and community. Back in the day, Confessions was huge. I'll never forget Tigger and All the Blood with him and, was it him and Tyrese in the bed? Or him and that model, Tyson Beckford. Anyway, it was allegedly Tigger bottoming until he bled everywhere in the shit. I'll never forget that shit. And then Tigger had to remind her, bitch, I fed you and your son when y'all didn't have no food in your refrigerator. You know, it was a messy, messy time. It was a messy. I mean, Karrine saying she once gave head into her nosebleed, but she was giving head in a stall at the video shoot. Like I would like. You know, here's the thing. At first, I was like, well, damn, why is she even on Piers Morgan? And I'm like, oh, she wants y'all to go buy Confessions, write the original book, and she's about to put out an extended edition, some shit she never talked about before. So my thing is this. She goes by Elizabeth now, a.k.a. Karrine. She is a very intelligent woman with an impeccable memory. That's how she was able to tell all the shit that she did in such detail, and did it in such detail that none of them niggas ever took her to court for defamation. This is a very calculated and intelligent woman. And now she want me to believe she don't remember, and now she acting clueless. Sis, just say you setting up your lawsuit too. You was about to speak and then caught yourself and got in, you know, victim mode, lawyer mode, client mode. Yeah. Just say you setting up to play. Don't play with our intelligence like this. You too intelligent for that. Like this shit. Let me tell you something. You're starting to give Jaguar right. Like if you gonna play this game now we gotta question everything you've ever told us. Or you saying that you were drugged and passed out so many times that you're not aware of all of the encounters? Like what? Like just, but she can't just say it because she's trying to set up the fucking play. It is what it is. But then I remember, Karrine, that according to your book and according to the interview that you did with the Daily Beast, okay, we're gonna read. Fresh off a breakout role, starring in Jay-Z's Jay-Z's $1 million music video for Hey Poppy, Steffans was then introduced to Diddy. Ooh, Jay-Z, I thought you said you and Diddy weren't friends. Anyway, then known as Puff Daddy. She claims that in February 2001, so this was 24 years ago, when she was 22, so now she's 36, says she was gifted to Diddy, who had just broken up with Jennifer Lopez. So why is she now saying she don't remember? She remember everything else. She remember every other encounter, how it was, how big it was, this, that. What painting was on the wall was slick enough to get Bobby Brown sleeping after she had sucked him till he nutted, but she don't remember. Now she don't remember being gifted to him. She said, quote, in retrospect, I realized that I was given to him as a gift by another executive, overseen said in a recent interview with Daily Beast. She first encountered Diddy at a nightclub at 3 a.m. He asked who I was, and the men spoke for me. She recalled, referring to Murder Inc. Records boss Irv Gotti. Wow. And the rapper Ja Rule. Right there in front of me, Diddy and Gotti made arrangements to send me to Diddy's house in 1 hour. So Irv sold you. Call that shit what it was. It was 4 in the morning when I turned up. You even remember the time. Come on now. It was 4 in the morning when I turned up to Diddy's home in my SUV. There were security guards in the driveway, all dressed in dark suits with their hands in front of them. They had been expecting me. She wrote in Confessions of a Video Vixen. Overson wrote in her book that Irv Gotti was known for sending her to multiple men. So you remember all that. And you wrote about it in your book. Now you want us to believe you don't recall. And now you're saying you never had sex with him. So are you lying now or were you lying then? Are you lying now or were you lying then? Just saying. That's why she doing it like that. I think she's a honeypot spy. She basically saying she was in Freak Off too, but she wants to get paid for something with these DL rappers. Yeah, she's trying to get a bag. She's trying to get a bag. If she did sleep with him, he gave ooh, Latanya. I mean, well, listen. Let me tell you something about all these women. The amount of men that Cassie was with, the amount of men that Karrine is with, it's only by the grace of God. If they don't have HIV, that's only by the grace of God. Because they weren't using no protection. Let's keep that shit real. They definitely weren't using no protection. She definitely wasn't using no protection. She was sucking that meat. She wasn't sucking no rubber. I can tell you that, and we already know that. So it's only by the grace of God she don't have HIV. And that's her business. That's her medical business. But why are we putting everybody else's business out there? Let's put it out there. I saw somebody in the chat say the herb derby is the least of her work. When it came to her, when it came to Cassie, when it came to a lot of them, I'm like, ain't nobody been testing. Ain't nobody mentioned a like, even to hop back to the Diddy Cassie stuff. They found so much lube, dildos, massage oil, towels, all kinds of shit. They didn't find no condoms. They found all the ecstasy pills, all the Viagra and the Cialis and the yada 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 and the poppers, IVs, but they didn't find no condoms. Anyway, I believe Karrine full of shit. I believe she's setting up to play, and she's just trying to get paid. It is what it is. She's trying to get the last little bit that she can get out of this industry. Because like I told y'all, the industry is dead. It's over. A lot of these girls, these women, they never going to be relevant again. At least with her, she has the gift of writing. So she can figure out a way to keep money coming in her pocket. And she made a lot of money off that book. And she going to make a lot of money off this new edition. And she going to continue to stay relevant. I'm not mad at her. But tell the truth. Tell the truth. Otherwise, I gotta question everything you've told us. I can't with that half shit. I can't. All right, move right along.
It's a storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.